now let's have a look at how we are going to finish off our hearts, and I'm going to show you 2 different techniques, particularly for making bunting. So first of all, we're going to just thread through one of our needles. So these are quite big blunt end needles, so wide-eyed. I just fold my yarn over, pull it tight, and it just makes it that bit easier to push straight through. Sorry. Okay. Now, in the centre ring, I would always go back around. So you want to push your needle through, and what you're doing is you're going to follow that row of stitches, and this will help to keep this tight. I'm just going to follow that all the way around. And then to secure it, you're going to go back on yourself. So, and what I mean by that is I'm going to just go over this next stitch here and then come back the opposite way. And that will help to secure the thread. I am also going to do that once more. I'm going to go over. You could go the other way. It doesn't matter how you go. What you're trying to do is just make sure that you have some yarn between. So actually I'm going to go this way. I'm going to take underneath there, got some yarn between it. I'm going to take it back up to the centre. Now, one of the easiest ways then to hang this, so I'm just going to do this one as well. I just want this to be slightly tidier. Yeah, so I'm going to take this piece of yarn. I'm actually going to push it through the middle there so it comes out at the back. And then the reason behind that is, now what I'm going to do is I am going to knot this section here. And the reason I'm going to knot it, you won't really see this knot afterwards. So the reason I'm going to knot it is because then when we come to do the actual okay, so now that will be part of when we be easy to show you, but when we come now to do the hanging section, so the thread that's going to hold this all together, this is a nice way to do it. So you've got dangling hearts, and it means you can also keep you can have different levels of hearts that can all be, you know, oh gosh, I can't get my words out. So you can have them longer and shorter, as opposed to all being along the same line. So there we go, that's that. And I'm going to show you a slightly different technique as well, so that you can choose it how you do that. So I'm going to show you on the other grey one the slightly different technique. So here we go again. We're going to do exactly the same thing with the middle circle. And we're going to go back through this central section. So this is in the same way as we've just done the last one. And I'm just going to take it back on itself. Sorry, that's like that. And again, making sure to have a stitch there, going back on itself. Then with this one, again, it's going to go back through to the back of the work. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to take it through to the back of the work. Okay, And then what we're going to do is we're going to also connect this through, and this is what we talk about when we talk about sewing the ends in. There's no real hard and fast rule. You just really want to make sure that it's unlikely to start to unravel, which again is why so if you can see, that's where that's come out, but I'm taking it back in there so that there is some yarn between it. I do one more time, sorry, I just want to bring it out there. And then what you would do in this instance is you would cut off these ends. So you're going in as close as you can to the arm, but being very careful not to cut the actual heart. I wouldn't worry too much if you leave a little bit out, because you won't actually be able to see it when it comes to doing it. And then when we do connection again, we would do it to the heart itself. So what we'll do now is we will connect these hearts. I'll just do the red one so you can see how they're going to connect together. To try and keep these as even as you can, so that both sides are both lengths about the same size, same length. It's not always that easy, but that's what you're looking to do. Now, what we'll do first of all is we'll connect these two so you can see how you're going to do it. You could just get the length of yarn that you want and thread it through. But what you're going to find is that these will then slide backwards and forwards, so not necessarily what you want to do. So leave a little bit of yarn. You are going to make a slip knot, and you're going to start a chain. So and the length of this chain is entirely up to you. This is just my example. Probably having a quite hard time focusing there, aren't you? Just move these out. There you go. So think about, when you want it to start with your hearts. So I'm going to do a little bit longer. I'm ready now to add my first heart. So I'm going to use this heart. Okay, and what I would do is, instead of doing another chain, I would take, make sure you can see this clearly. So you're going to take your hook and you're going to put it through the loop of the heart, of the hanging bit of the heart. You're going to pull it through and you're going to do a single crochet. Okay, and what that then does is it stops it from moving around, and then you're going to carry on chaining until you've got the distance you want between the two hearts. So this is all going to depend on how many hearts that you make, isn't it? And then you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to go up to the top. You're going to pull your yarn through. And you're going to, sorry, I've just not made that quite tight enough. Pull it through and make a single crochet. So then what you have is you have your hanging hearts. Okay, now these little knotted ends, you to be fair, you could probably have cut them off before you did the single crochet, which might have made it just that little bit easier. I didn't, just because of showing you what you're trying to achieve. So I shall do it right now. I shall take this red one back off, cut these stitches. Okay, I'll do that one again. So it should make it easy for you to see as well, in fairness. Okay, make sure it's the right way around, and single crochet inside that. Oh, completely out of shot, right, so through and pull through and single crochet, and then you would carry on chaining again. So this gives you then some hanging hearts. So when you're hanging them up on the wall, just make sure that you turn them the right way, because they will swing up, they will swing around a little bit. Okay, so that's your hanging hearts. Now, if we wanted to add in the heart that wasn't hanging, you've got a couple of options. You'll do the chaining in just the same way. So continue your chains just as you would do. And then you can either crochet into the center, which is probably my preferred method. So take it through, pull through and do a single crochet, and then continue. And I think that gives a nice neat section to it, and allows it to hang quite nicely. Your other alternative is to single crochet into the top sections of the heart. So you'd have it looking, let's do it so you can see it. So you would take a single crochet into the top section, and then you would crochet across. Probably 5 is going to be enough, and single crochet into there, and then you would carry on again. So you would have it looking something like that, which I don't think looks as pretty. Of course, it's entirely up to you. I think the hanging hearts look really pretty. It's just a matter of making sure when you put them up on the wall, you just twist them around so that they're facing the right way. But that is then your hanging heart or non-hanging heart little bunting. So I hope you enjoy making it. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. I'd love to see your finished work and enjoy what you're doing. It's a really fun little project, this.